All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Xander Zidell, and welcome in for another beautiful race here in the Sportsman Racing Series. I am your host tonight, obviously. I will be streaming this race for everyone's viewing pleasure, at least if they like to watch Hunty lead every lap. We're at Mid-Ohio, of course, for a Monday night race that should shape up to be yet entertaining, driven happy, and we'll say some strategy call and play in well as we kind of go through this kind of racetrack. It's not an easy racetrack by any means. I mean, you're talking about, again, Mid-Ohio. It's one of the tougher race courses that we even step what's higher on. So you're going to see the best of the best and, some people that might struggle. It's going to be a race full of keeping your nose clean, a race full of who can drive the best and who can really put forth their best effort towards a win. I mean, keeping yourself clean is the best way in order to even get a win, but can you do that and also be consistently fast? We'll find out who has what it takes today. We'll find out who absolutely will dominate, and I think I have a good idea of who that is. But before we even go any further, let's kind of talk about the starting lineup, at least for my own sake, as we kind of go through some of the field. Starting on pole is the road course ringer himself. That is Hunty. And hold on one second. Apparently some are still missing invites. I will be back. All right, we're back. Apparently, I was missing a couple of people. We're hopefully got that solemnly sworn in, and as soon as I say that, Jordan is now joining. That is good. So let's talk about the field a little. Let's talk about who's starting where, and where they'll line up for what will be an incredible race. I'm getting spammed so much with invites. That's a little too much invites. Okay. I feel like... How does Patton do it? I know Patton's watching right now. Patton, how do you do this, man? This is incredibly difficult to manage everything. Okay, Jordan got in, I think. Yes, he did. Okay. Let's go through the field a little, and then we'll go in a minute. Starting on pole for this race is Hunty in the 68 road course ringer. You'll probably see him with a race win if everything goes to plan. Starting right behind, well, not really behind, but to his side is the 99 of BK. He's last week's race winner at Phoenix. Third place, starting right on that bronze place setting, is Jose Protege. He'll line up P3 in that 13 Ford F-150. Rolling off in the P4 position will be Ty Racing in the 38 with a 126,679. And then rounding out your top 5 will be another 5th place starting spot for the 56 of Tom. Let's kind of go through more through the field. 6th place will be the 4 of Monster. The 7th place runner will be Kobe. Starting P8 will be the 40 of Baseball Freak. 9th, Mopow NRG. He's new to the field. 10th will be Jagger. 11th will be Racing, and that is James. And then 13th will be the 00 of the Fluff God. Starting P13 will be Broadcaster Clay. And that's pretty much rounding out this little starting grid. So I will tell the Discord that we are going, and we'll get a race underway at Mid-Ohio. All right, everybody, we are going. So good luck, everybody. I wish everyone the bestest of luck, and keep your nose clean. Please let me know when I can join back. Thank you very much.
You can join now.
All right. We're getting into it, boys. We're getting into it. Hope everyone's excited for a great Mid-Ohio race. So let's check the chat. Who are y'all rooting for tonight in this incredible race at Mid-Ohio? We got some Mid-Ohio facts, also, just Ohio facts in general in the chat. We got Go ZMS from Nathan. Thanks, Nathan, for supporting the team. Nathan's putting his money on Hunty. I'm putting my money on Hunty. I think BK could be a spoiler for sure, though, too. But you got to go Hunty. Thanks for bearing with the craziness standard. No problem. Thank you for letting me do this, Patton. And here we go. We're getting in. We'll go through some facts throughout the race. Thanks, Brandon, for those. We'll talk about those a little later. But our eyes are set on an incredible race here. Mid-Ohio, we're green here in Ohio. They're going in to turn number 1. Hunty will take the lead rather easily and retain it off of the first little corner. With this will be an interesting race. Look at them fan out already. Look at the back of the pack. Look at the 3 wide, even 4 wide I see back there. Hunty getting away very clean. The 13 of Jose Protege, though, is able to finagle his way into P2. Let's kind of go on board with that. Here's BK. He's going to fall back to P3 as Jose Protege is able to take advantage of the 3rd place starting spot. Let's go a little bit back in the field. Here's Ty. He definitely did not have a great start, but definitely didn't have an awful start. Oh, he's off the track. He's lagging a little bit. That's very tough for competitors around him. Let's go a little bit more back in the field. Look at this. 4 wide, 3 wide. They're making more contact. The 40 of Baseball Freak got clipped at the side. Looked like Jagger. Yeah, Jagger's around. Jagger is around in the 51 machine. He'll fall all the way to the back. That'll be last place on this entire grid. There's the 26 truck. That is not good for Broadcaster Clay. Not a start that he was hoping to get. And what will be a very long race. Very long race. We have people off track. That's the 21. Oh, he's spinning. That's the 21 truck. That happens to be one of the newer guys, not really new, but his first start of the season. There he is. There he is. There he is. Okay. That's the 21 of, if I can get to it. There he is, Trump Train. Unable to keep his low balance. He's gonna, wow, that's a major dive. He's off track again. He's in the gravel pit. Fight with broadcaster Clay does not go to avail, and he's already out. He's out of the race. You just watched an engine failure happen, folks. Not how you want to start off a race. Here's some side-by-side action. Here's the Flea God. The Fluff God, excuse me. That's not the Flea God. There's a 98 as well inside. Oh, they make a little contact. It seems as though they'll go too wide into this little S right here. And a 00 of the Fluff Guide will be able to finagle that position. I like the word finagle. Right in front of him is our open series open winner at Talladega. That's a 94 of Kobe. And Clay's off again. Here's Story Square, starting from the rear, unable to make it into qualifying, is working his way through the field rather nicely. Here's Jordan Jaga, also starting in the back with the previous machine that we were just talking about of Story Square. So 24 and 23, both connected numbers. They're both trying to work their way up to the field after starting in the back and missing qualifying. And let's go back on board with the race winner. Well, not really the race winner, but will probably be the race winner. He's a 68th Hunty. If he can just mind his business, he will happily become a winner at Mid-Ohio. The 68 truck looking rather nice. Now, I want to bring up a scenario that was brought to us brought to us on Saturday night for the Cup race that happened to be a thriller at Homestead. So, if Hunty is able to win today's race at Mid-Ohio, which there's a strong chance unless BK can give him a run for his money. That's a beautiful camera shot right here of the entire field going by. If Hunty is able to win today, he will be able to race in the next Cup race, which happens to be at Sonoma. And again, we all know how great Hunty is at road course racing. It's just something that he excels at. I'm not sure what it is, but he just is very keen to being able to race a road course and turn left and right. It's incredible what he can do, folks. Whether you like the guy or not, he's an incredibly sound racer at these races. And man, he knows how to do it, man. He knows how to get it done on these road courses. And if he somehow is able to win this race and then go and race on Sonoma, imagine if he gets that race win there. That would be incredibly just probably heartbreaking for Hunty, knowing that in reality he's a Cup champion, should probably be in Cup, and he's stuck here having to work his way up through the ranks. And to me personally, that would just fathom my heart thinking about. But enough with all the cheap talk. Let's kind of go into the rest of the field. P2 now is currently being held by Jose Protege. He got by BK on the start due to where BK had to go on the right side, that outside lane, and the left side was able to get away with the 13 of Jose Protege. Third place is BK. Here's a great look at Ty. And Story Square is making up some incredible ground after starting very deep in the pack. After starting P17, he's able to continue to work his way up, and he's directly in front of Ty here. That's incredible stuff. Here's Tom in the 56. He's having a great run so far. He's Monster. Kobe directly behind that. Looks as though that's the 98 truck. Baseball Freak behind Kobe, and that is indeed NRG in the 98. He's setting his sights on that truck right just ahead of him. Here's Jagger behind them all after a nice little rebound after having a lap one spin. Jagger trying to make it up as much ground as possible. The 40 Baseball Freak gets out of line after colliding with the inside wall, and then Jagger's able to pick up yet another spot. Racing James is already out, and it's not a great way to start off your race, and so is Trump Train. So two already with engine failures. And here's Keith. He's not having a great race to start off yet. And here's a little gaggle, a little pack right here. Jordan Jaga at the end of it, watching some weaving back and forth from a 38 truck. It seems as though Story Square was able to get by Tom, and by that allowing the 38 of Ty to get around Tom as well. Don't know if it was a mistake from Tom or if it was just one of those done deals. But now Tom is under fire from the 24 of Jordan Jaga, who makes his way from the back of the pack. So Story Square and Jordan have definitely been following each other through the field. And that's what you definitely want to see if you're one of those guys trying to make your way up to the field. And let's go back on board with our race leader. Let's check the comments now. I see a lot of people commenting. Let's get with our Ohio fact number 1. Did you know that Ohio became the 17th state of the United States on March 1st, 1803? That is your first Ohio fact of the night, everybody. Plenty more where those have come from. Looking on board with this beautiful blue Rackley's number 68, Hunty piloting the machine to a very steady lead right now. Not really pulling away though, like you'd imagine a Hunty would do, but he's definitely keeping his distance. He's socially distancing away from the 13 of Jose Protege. Does not want anything to do with Jose Protege, as he's just trying to get his groceries, and Jose Protege just keeps on getting closer, and, Hunty likes to stay 6 feet away. He's solemnly swore that COVID is a real thing, unlike Jagger. So, definitely something to look forward on that one, as a mistake-free race could end up with a top 5 if you're lucky enough. Let's kind of go through the field a little bit. Here's BK. He's setting his sights on the 13 machine of Jose Protege, who's trying to further himself to try and get closer to Hunty as well. Let's get in with our Ohio fact number 2. Did you know that Ohio University was founded in 1804 at Athens and is recognized as the first university in Ohio and in the Northwest Territory? Great stat and fact right there from Brandon, who happens to be a member, not merely a member, but was born in the great state of Ohio, where there's absolutely nothing to do. And the only thing that Ohio has ever done in their life is, Cincinnati making it to a Super Bowl. So congratulations to Joe Burrow and all of them for smoking that Kansas City pack, as we call it. Here's Ty. He's in a nice side-by-side battle with the 23 of Story Square, who continues to make his way up to the field. A little bit of lag from Ty. Oh, that's not good. Looked like the lag forced the 23 of Story Square off the racetrack. That's going to lose him some ground. Able to stay side by side, though. And the 24 and 23 continue to battle it out. They both start at the back of the pack, and they're trying to work their way back through the field. Got some bots in the chat. You'd love to see that. And I want to add on to what an interesting fact as we continue to watch the 38 car lag in front of Story Square, which, Oh, the 38. Oh, I don't know if it's just lag or if I cannot tell. I feel bad for this 23 car. He's definitely lagging a storm up. Now, I want to get into something that Patton just brought up, as Monster's already on a pit road. I was just about to talk about the pit stops. They, in order to make it a 3-stop race, will have to save 1 lap per run. Now, in order to do that, you'd have to, I don't know, maybe go in 4th gear, maybe do something in order to save that extra lap. But every run, you'll have to save a lap. And that is crucial to making it just, a solemnly swore race where you don't have to pit an extra time. Here's some of the guys that are on pit road. I want to get back with the leader. Where's Hunty? Here's Hunty. He is not pitted yet. He's probably already saved his lap. Now, I also want to add on with the fuel strategy, though, that you have to also be able to save your tires. Managing tires is very, very important at Mid-Ohio, especially when you're going extra laps. When you're going extra laps, your tires might not be able to make that distance. So Hunty is probably running this race right into his hands. Right now it's playing totally into his card deck right now, and he's watching everything. He's already saved the lap, it seems. So, yep, he's coming into pit road now. So he saved the extra lap. Now with that, I want to see where BK is. Here's BK. He's coming into pit road as well. He's able to save that extra lap. I'm not sure if Jose Protege... Here's Jose Protege. It seems as though he has already pitted, so definitely something to look out for and for the rest of the race, depending on strategy here. So here's Ty. So that's definitely a big strategy call right now. And a big thing that was just brought to my attention by Patton. I was not 100% sure what the strategy there, and there's some more people coming in. The 94 of Kobe able to go out another lap. The 40 of Baseball Freak able to do the same. Here's the 13, Jose Protege, who is already pitted. He'll go around. Let's get on board with him. Let's see where he'll stack up compared to where everyone else is. So here's Jose Protege. He's probably going to be able to get by the 99 of BK rather easily. And here's BK coming off pit road now. So BK just behind, able to go out one more lap. And very interesting strategy being played now. So I guess let's go back on board with Hunty. He's able to kind of stretch out his distance on the pit road. Solemnly just doing what he's used to doing, man. Just going out and turning left and right. And let's get into our Ohio fact number 3. The Wright brothers are acknowledged as inventors of the first airplane. They were from Dayton, Ohio. Another great Ohio fact right there. The Wright brothers, the first airplanes were ever made by the Wright brothers, and they both were from Dayton. So another great, interesting, fun fact. Let's get into Ohio fact number 4. Joe Burrow is the greatest quarterback of all time. I'm not sure if he's at that status just yet, but, you know, I think there's a guy named Tom Brady who is the greatest quarterback of all time. So, is Hunty on a controller? Yes, Hunty is on a controller. Hunty is just incredible. It's pretty remarkable what Hunty can do, man. He's not to sound as though I am jerking the noggin or anything, but man, you'll never find anybody as dominant on a road course. Ohio fact from Patton this time. Statistically speaking, the most presidents have come from Ohio. Thank you for that knowledge, Patton, that I didn't think I would ever have in my life. Modded controller. I don't think he's on a modded controller. Let's kind of go through the field now. The 68 of Hunty continues to lead. Directly behind him is the 13 of Jose. Well, not directly. Probably. Actually, he's kind of, lightening the gap up now. The 52 of Keats off track. He'll keep it in the grass so the 13 of Jose Protege can quickly escale from him. Seems as though Hunty's trying to save a little bit extra to go the distance a little bit more. And the 52 is off track again, letting the 99 go. So, Hunty is saving. Yes, I can tell that Hunty is saving, it seems as though. So, the second place car is, truck is the 13 of Jose Protege. Let's get on the third place runner. That's the 99 of, BK. He seems to be on the same strategy as our leader, of Hunty. Fourth place is, currently Ty. It'd be a great idea if I'd pull up Hunty's stream. Is Hunty streaming on YouTube or on Twitch? That'd be great to have. Here's Tom. He's in a little battle with the 24 Jordan Jaja as they continue to duke it out between each other. Looking on board now with this Toyota Tundra, the 4 of Monster. He's got the lapper of Keith in front of him. Twitch, thank you very much. As it seems as though we're continuing to have... Oh, the 94 of Kobe is off. The 94, our first race winner at Talladega. Kobe is not enjoying the left and right turns today. He is just casually not having a great race. It's unfortunate to see here, but that is why we have plenty of time as NRG is out of the race. That's another one that is having engine problems here. Look on board with Jagger and the machine hand sanitizer. Cessna Toyota Tundra right here. Jagger continuing to pick up lap time and do what he does. As we have a battle for the lead kind of going on right now. Let's kind of get on board with this. The battle of the lead actually shifted. The 68 of Hunty in save mode allows the 13 of Jose Protege to squeak on by him. So that will hand over the lead to Jose Protege. That's another 5 extra bonus points. And Hunty now not controlling the race win at the moment, but he's thinking bigger picture. He's playing chess, not checkers, folks. He's focused on a race win. He's not focused about leading every lap. Can we have 2 straight NASCAR races in MRL with strategy? Cutting a whole pit stop out of a race. Now, only Hunty and I can do that. As we continue to kind of go through. Here's BK now on the back bumper. That tailgate now. 999 of BK continuing to work his way through the field. After starting second, falling back to P3, and that's where he currently lays his head to rest. But again, knocking on the door of the 68. Again, Hunty is fuel saving. Now, BK did go the same lap as our second place runner of Hunty, so he should have relatively the same amount of fuel. But now, again, Hunty continuing to save fuel is not going to prevail on the heads of the rest of the field, knowing that Hunty could possibly cut a whole pit stop out of this race. It's only been done once, folks. Here's a look at the race leader, who, happens to have a very similar paint scheme to our third place runner, BK. So if I get them mixed up, Georgia only produced one president. Okay, it's a Georgia fact, I guess, now, as we continue to race here at Mid-Ohio. I want to take a moment to kind of put this into perspective. With this, a championship is definitely on the line, and a championship is one that I feel like everybody wants a championship. I feel like you don't go into races and not expect a championship. At least that's to me. But the bigger picture in all of this is being upgraded and being, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Promoted. Promoted is definitely the word. Promoted into the Xfinity Series at a chance to go race for Cup. So, right now, with this, if you're racing in this race, you're trying to get into the Xfinity, the Nationwide Series, the Light Series. So, yes, a race win's great. Yes, a race win's awesome. Yes, a championship's great, but the bigger picture is racing in Cup. I mean, just think about it. You'll go up against the last 8 of the Cup drivers, last 10 of the Cup drivers, and they'll duke it out for their chance to win a championship and also get put into the Cup Series. That's a big thing to talk about right now, folks. This is the bigger picture as we're talking about it. So, someone like Monster here, trying to get into the Cup Series. Kobe, he's a race winner. He wants to go race in the Cup Series. Here's Baseball Freak. He's an incredibly talented racer trying to work his way into the Cup Series. I mean, let's talk about one guy who really should be in the Cup Series right now. It's this guy right here. You're looking at this blue Rackley truck right now. This guy right here is a champion in the Cup Series and is fighting his way to try and get back into it, proving he can do it. And I know he can, because he's the greatest racer in this field right now. So, just a little bit of thought into that, as well as just putting into perspective what racing is on the line right now. What is being put on the line? What is happening right now? That's what's happening. Here's a great battle between the 56 of Tom and Jordan Jaja. They continue to stay nose and tail, man. They have not separated for the last 6 laps. Tom putting the great defense on. It's looking like the Rams defense the last 2 drives between the 49ers. And the offense of Jordan Jaga continues to put pressure on. Oh, and here's Tom in the pit road. So he'll surrender his position, and he'll come on down the pit lane as Jordan Jaja is going to stay out even longer. So another interesting dynamic that I didn't think I would ever get to is I'm being told that Jose Protege is also into the pit lane, as he was one of those that pitted earlier. I wouldn't say earlier, but didn't pit the same lap as this guy or this guy. So that gives the lead back to the 68 truck. Hunty will continue to lead at Mid-Ohio. As let's see if he pits this time. Something tells me that he's probably not going to, as he's probably going to try and stretch it one more. So a 2-lap advantage would be absolutely huge. It's saving a lap every time. So he'd have to go out and save another lap the next time. Yeah, he's not pitting. So let's see if BK does now. Will BK come down pit road? No, he won't. So he's also saving that extra lap. So the strategy that we talked about earlier about saving a lap every time will be able to make it to the end instead of someone like this guy right here, the 13 of Jose Protege, being left to come in an extra time. As we continue to talk about Ohio in the comment section, no one cares about Ohio. The only time I ever go to Ohio is for the Toledo Zoo. I love the Toledo Zoo. Here's a look on board with the JBL for Toyota Tundra. You know, this truck means a lot and wins for a certain somebody in real life. I mean, Kyle Busch Motorsports in real life with a dominating factor of Christopher Bell in that truck. Christopher Bell went for a flip Daytona one time. Won lots of races in that bad boy. Here's some more people on pit road. Here's Baseball Freak on the pit lane. That's 94 of Kobe that just went by. They were kind of battling it out. Here's Jagger in the 51. Continues to just click off laps and salvage a finish after a turn 7 lap 1 spin that has ultimately costed track position for this 51 truck, who sets his sights on trying to get put up into the light series. Here's a 00, the Fluff God, continuing to battle out with the 23 of Story Square, who happened to start at the rear of the field, making his way up through the field rather nicely. As here's the 00. He's off. The Fluff God is off. And he'll have to come to a complete stop as he's gotten a course penalty. That will lose him 2 positions on track. He'll not only lose a spot to... Oh, no, that will lose him even more than just 2 spots. That'll cost him 3 right there. So, interesting there, as I think Jose Protege might have sped. Here's Hunty. He's completely gone. Isn't that incredible, folks? He's about to lap Jagger. That is pure craziness. And here's BK. BK is not even in the same zip code. Wow, this is... You want to talk about how life comes at you fast? This was BK last week. BK was dominating Phoenix. No one was even close to the man. Now, it switches hands. And here's Jose Protege. Battling it out with the 26. That's Broadcaster Clay, and there's a 00 of the Fluff God. They both are a lap down, I believe. It'd make a lot of sense if they were. As Jose Protege continues to just click off laps. And now we'll more than likely have to make an extra pit stop compared. There's Kobe, he's on pit road now. Able to go out the longest, that's a nice sign from him. Here's the Fluff God, the 00, the DWF Chevy Silverado. Beautiful paint scheme there. Here's Broadcaster Clay. Here's Rambo. We haven't talked about him much this race. Quiet race. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, we'll have to find out. But he's putting himself in a decent position for a decent points gain. I mean, yeah, if you haven't said his name, that's obviously a good thing, but obviously not for us sponsors. Here's Story Square again. Beautiful 23 truck. Here's a guy who probably wasn't expecting to have this bad of a race. Here's Keith. And Keith, not having the day he wanted, had an early spin. And it's completely a thing that I don't think he'd rather a road course over anything. But, man, he's not definitely a bad road course racer. Just not having the day he'd like. Let's go on board now with 68. Let's talk a little bit about, as I think he actually let the 99 go. Yes, he did. So, the 99 is now the leader. Here's BK. He's now leading the race. No, he's not. The 13 of Jose Protege. Sorry, I had gotten that mixed up. Again, I told you about how I would get these two mixed up. The 13 of Jose Protege is now back in the lead. as he's not looking to save at all. He's just pushing it. He's booking it. He's, as we call, balls to the wall, as the 68 continues to try and save fuel to make it to the end of the race on one more stop. As Jose Protege is not really looking forward to that. He's just going. He's just pushing it. So, an interesting dynamic that Patton brings up in the chat that I did not think about is that with all the strategy going on, it allows those outside to cut in and get some more points. And that's incredibly well played and well said there, because this race right here could produce more points. Could produce a points-paying race that no one would have thought. I mean, there's a difference between 12th and 7th, people. That's 5 places. That's 5 different positions that earn you points. And points mean so much if you have any right of trying to make it to the Cup Series. I mean, think about it. One race, one position could cost you a chance at racing in the Light Series that ultimately could boost your way up to the Cup Series. It's a minor league system, folks. If you're not putting your best foot forward and the stats aren't showing, you're not going to get there. And everyone has their own route to the show, the big leagues as we call it. You just got to get there. And right now, the way to get there is by getting to the top 10 in points. As the 56 was able to get by Ty, but Tom had a moment there, able to corral himself, and Ty will go side by side with Tom. Tom getting the drive off will just clear himself there, and Tom will set his sights on the nice little S right here. Will Ty make a move? Nope, Ty actually runs off the racetrack, as Tom was able to get the last laugh. And same can be said for those already in. Yes, for sure. For sure. It's points, man. Points is all about the game right now. You need to grab as many points as possible, and with no stages, no cautions, you're not going to put yourself in the best position to get points. And a great example, Patton saying in the chat now, like, Clay is not having a great race, and NASCAR Extreme is not here. Those are 2 guys that are in right now. NASCAR Extreme not showing up for today's race with COVID. Hopefully he feels better soon. I was talking with him the other day. We hope, if you are watching today, Extreme, we're hoping that you are on track for a speedy recovery. Now, Clay, again, let's get on board with broadcaster Clay. He's not having a great race at all. Not the race that he had hoped for, as he was just looking to survive and hopefully just scave out of here with a nice solid top 12 finish. Not the race he's asking for. He's not doing too hot right now. And that will force some other people to get more points, and he'll just drop back from it. But again, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never prosper. He's a tough dude, and plenty of time left. But these races, there's not many of them. If you're falling behind, it's not good. Jordan Jaja, 24 Hooters machine. He's having a great race right now after starting at the rear with his good old buddy that's in front of him, Story Square. They both have been able to rebound very solidly into a position where they'll pay some great points. Am I too late? You're never too late, Piper. Piper's always... If you came in 2 hours late, we'd still let the race get shown, as the 23 Story Square cuts turn 1. That's not allowed, but I guess we'll let it slide. I mean, Patton's in here, so Patton will be the decider of that. But he gets a position loss there to the 24. So I guess no harm, no foul. But, it doesn't mean anything, because the 24 of Jordan Jaja decides to, just go off track, and now he'll get the run on Story Square. This is a great battle right here. Side by side, they're going at it. Man, that's a great angle right there. What great racing between these two right here. Ooh, that was a great entry right there for the 24. Able to clear the 23 of Story Square. Now Jaja opens the door back for Story Square, but is able to close the door rather quickly. Let's get on board right here. That's the wrong way, Xander. Here we go. Let's get on board with this back camera. I really enjoy this view right here off of the back camera of this Hooters machine, as Story Square able to get a really good corner right there, but Jordan Jaja able to get the run off despite an incredibly great entry by the 23 truck. Gassing up early goes Jordan Jaja, still able to have a slight advantage over the 23 machine. A great corner there by Jordan Jaja. It seems as though Story Square is able to get an incredibly great entry into the corner, but is all for none as there's some contact made. That is, though, the previous race leader who decided to come to pit road. That's a 13 of Jose Protege who just happened to make contact with the 23 truck. And that's why we don't run the apron, ladies and gentlemen, on turn 1. Cars coming off of pit road is as a hazard. So luckily no harm, no foul for either of those, but that will certainly lose Jose Protege some time towards his end time. So we're getting down to pit stops. So that was one of 2 more stops left for 13 of Jose Protege. But now for the rest of some of these guys, like our race leader right now, Hunty, he is trying to make it in 1 more pit stop. So will be interesting to see how the dynamic plays out. Continuing to not pit, stay out as long as possible. Hunty in the blue 68. Clicking off laps. His goal is to cut a whole pit stop out of it. So you're saving about 3-4 laps in order to make it so you can set yourself up and not have to pit again the rest of the race after this last pit stop. So it's risky, but it's pretty easy to do at Mid-Ohio. All you really need to do is either short shift or you just kind of put it in 4th, and you're able to save it kind of no problem. So here's BK. Quite a different zip code and everything for the 99 and the 68. It's pretty much night and day compared to how big the gap is. And at the end of the day, I don't think BK really cares about a race win, more or less just having a solid points day. Obviously had the very dominating win last week at Phoenix, so points is points. He's racing for a championship. He's racing for a championship. So who is everyone rooting for? How's everyone's night going? Hope that everyone is enjoying their evening with us here in the Millennium Racing League as I continue to enjoy some incredibly great truck racing at Mid-Ohio. It's shaping up for more of an entertaining race than I truly had thought it had been. Stick around after the race as well for the post-race interviews, where we will interview the top 3 finishers of this campaign here, and I will also give you my driver of the day as well. And that doesn't mean that it will be the race winner, but could be for Monster. Continuing to click off laps. I'm rooting for Jeffrey. He's rooting for Jeffrey. Piper is rooting for Jeffrey. Nathan telling us how he is tired. Well, I don't know if I have a soothing voice for you enough to make you fall asleep, but I could always try. Jagger going around the 52 of Keith. Again, Keith off track again, it seems as though. Not his race today. Here's the 00. Right in front of the 00, about a straightaway away is Rambo. His broadcaster, Clay. Again, not having a great race. Here's Story Square. Right in front of Story Square is the 13 of Jose Protege, who's already made his stop. So something must have happened to Jordan Jaja, as he was just with Story Square, but now racing with the 4 truck for, I believe, 7th place. So he dropped a little bit of ways from Story Square. There's Hunty. He still has not pitted, so that's a dynamic here. Let's look at BK. If BK pits, that's going to be interesting. Nope, BK is going out another time as well. So Hunty and BK on the same strategy. The race-winning strategy more than likely for the 68, and the second-place winning strategy for the 99 of BK. As Mid-Ohio, man, it's such a bipolar track, and what I mean by bipolar, it's so furiously tough, but so seriously fun. I don't know how to put my finger quite on it, folks. It's one of those tracks that make you want to just die, but it's also one of those tracks that you really enjoy. 10 to go, I'm being told by Patton, even though I already have the stream up, so I already know. We gotta get some sponsors on that 56 truck. He's in a tight battle with the 40 of Baseball Freak, and directly in front of him happens to just be a good old buddy of his. A 38 of Ty. I feel like they've been all raced together. Here's the 4 cutting turn 1. I was just trying to mess with your buttons. Here's Kobe on pit road. This could be his possible last stop of the race. Let's get on board again with the 68. Let's see if Hunty's... Nope, Hunty stays out one more time. So let's see if BK decides to come down pit road this time then. And no, BK will stay out another time again. So again, they're going to try and make it the one stop and call it a done deal as Jose Protege continues to just click off lap times. He's trying to go as hard as possible with the hopes and odds that maybe a pit road speeding penalty could be in play here. A multitude of things could happen as the 13 of Jose Protege will come out side by side with the 94 of Kobe, and Kobe will just let him go. Man, this is an interesting battle right here. The 38 of Ty, shaking a little bit back and forth, you know, just doing his best dance moves impressions. Here's the 56 of Tom right behind him, and the 40 of Baseball Freak directly on that tailgate right there. Man, if this was a country song, how would it have been wrote? I think a chorus of the back of a tailgate would be probably pretty sufficient for this one. The 56 of Tom, racing for Zidell Motorsports, having a very solid run after qualifying inside the top 5. You know, I cannot wait to see at the end of this race of the lap times that Hunty is able to provide us with. Jagger looks as though he went off track, able to keep it going. Just trying to get to the end of it. Man, what a beautiful paint scheme this 00 is. Someone's off, it seems as though. It looks as though it was probably the 52. Nope, it was Rambo. Rambo off track, able to get back going, though. Here's Clay. And Clay's, you know, just having a nice... he's just trying to cut the lawn. You know, being very courteous there to the people, the owners of Mid-Ohio. As we're hearing some blancer... as BK, it seems as though, has blown a tire. Is he out of the race? No, he's not. Okay, so he must have blew a tire somewhere. He's coming off pit road now, though. As Hunty... Did Hunty make his stop? Hunty must have made his stop. Unless I saw that. Yeah, so Hunty made his stop. His final stop. So that will hand over the lead again to the 13 of Jose Protege. So now Hunty, again, will not pit the rest of the race. And hopes as though that... you know, nothing bad happens the rest of the way. You know, he'll more than likely corral another race victory at a road course. Shocker, shocker, right there. Again, the 13 of Jose Protege leading the race. He'll have to pit one more time. Let's get on board with him. He'll have to pit one more time before the end of it. Excuse me. And Patton again talking about how you not only have to save the fuel, but you have to save the tires, man. It goes hand in hand. You know, saving the fuel, saving the tire is both very, very necessary in order to you know, come out of here with a win or, you know, even a top 5. It's so incredibly difficult having and frustrating to have such a perfect strategy and save the right amount of fuel just for it to go to waste because of tire blown. Man, this battle is very intense. Ty able to, you know, get passed by Baseball Freak and Tom, but man, let's look on board from this 40 car. Man, they're side by side. They are going at it. Baseball Freak goes off track a little, able to keep it going straight, but they are just bumper to bumper. It's incredibly tough racing right here, and you love to see it. Tom continues to hold that spot. Not the greatest exit, great entry. Here comes a run. Baseball freak, what will he do with it? He'll go to the left side of Tom, and he'll try and outbreak him. Will he outbreak him? No, he won't. Oh, he's so close. Side by side still. To the quarter panel of Tom goes the 40 of Baseball Freak, but Tom is able to keep that position. Oh, wow. What great racing here. You don't see this very often, folks. Hard racing for a tops, just for a measly, probably 6th place. It's so incredible. There is a pit stop right there. As you can see from the 98s on board, that's the 13 of Jose Protege. Giving up the race lead right now, and more than likely the race win, as he has to come down pit road, and that will be his last pit stop of the day, as this guy right here has already made his last pit stop. He's not pitting the rest of the race. If he pits, then I don't know, I guess I'd just call me a liar, I guess. Man, Hunty is incredibly fast here, man. It's incredible. It's hard not to get speechless at what this guy is doing right now. Here's BK. Lost a lot. Oh, there's some oh, he's off. Contact made with the 52 of Keith. Able to still keep it straight despite going off and giving another free lawn clipping trim. As we're coming to 5 to go at the line for Hunty. So let's get on board with Hunty. Here he is. As soon as he crosses the stripe, it'll be 5 to go in what will be a 34-lap race. So, getting down to the nitty-gritty. You can't get any better than this, folks. Strategy, hard-fought racing. And, that's all you can ask for at a road course, especially at Mid-Ohio, man. Very tough racing. Jose is still able to be in P2 despite having to come down pit road. That's probably just from the fact of BK having the not only the blown tire, but also on top of it having to save fuel to make it. But don't look now, though. He's still right here. I mean, BK is right looking at the 13 right now, saying, I can get to him. Kobe's coming off pit road again. The 99 still is in play for a P2 right now, but still in P3 despite having a blown tire. Man, this is some great racing, some enjoyable racing to watch, man, for sure. Ooh, Tom's off. He's able to get back on the track, though, so no harm, no foul in that regard. The 13 passes the 94 truck of Kobe, who is a lap down. There's Baseball Freak coming off of the pit lane. Here's the look with Story Square. Jordan Jaja. And here's back with our race leader. So, definitely is what I call a clinic on this one today, folks. It's just been an absolute masterful job of racing here from Hunty, who still probably has another lap to save. Probably even half a lap if he's being smart with it. But this is called masterful driving. Not only has he had the fastest truck all race long, he's able to have played the strategy card perfectly sane and sound to where more than likely he's coming out of here with a race win where he absolutely dominated. You don't see it every day at a race, and you don't see it every day in a league. He's not an ordinary race driver, everyone. He's not the typical road course ringer. He's not the typical just trash, average, mediocre racer. This is Hunty, man. He's such an incredible racer and can get it done not only on the road courses, but anywhere you put him. You put him in a race car anywhere in this game, he will go out and he'll get it done. No questions asked, man. He's incredibly well poised, well liked, very funny sense of humor, and an outstanding guy, an outstanding teammate who just continues to get it done no matter where he's at, man. It's incredibly done by him, and not many guys have that all-around goodness. There's BK. Still trying to get the 13 of Jose Protege, who is, let's look at this from the back camera of Jose Protege. There's that silver 99 right behind him, about a straightaway away. BK continues to close the gap, it seems as though. And if BK would like a second place finish, he'll have to set his sights on pushing a little harder, but he might still have to save some fuel. To 51 lets the 13 go. Class move there. There's Tom. Monster. There's Kobe, still a lap down after a couple of incidents and pit road mistakes. This baseball freak who is now a lap down to Hunty. And Hunty just crossed the line, so that will be 2 laps to go now at Mid-Ohio. So Hunty still's got a little bit left to save, so that makes me fear that BK is not out setting his sights on a second place finish, but more or less trying to finish the race in the position he contains and retains at. But Hunty, again, has put on an immaculate performance tonight, folks. You can't say anything for it. If you don't like the guy, I don't know why you don't like him, but you gotta give props. Credit is where credit is due. We just looked at the scoreboard. I couldn't see who was in what position. But he's got over a 30-second lead, which is, incredible. As he's saving fuel, this man is saving fuel and pulling away from people. It's ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. But, again, we're at 2 laps to go at Mid-Ohio. Looking at some of the cars here, there's the 38, there's the 56, the 4. Obviously, I don't know where some of these guys are, as it kind of gets jumbled up in the craziness of not having a attack in order to show who is in what position, because, NASCAR Heat 5 is a wonderful game and a wonderful game company. Let's get on board, though, with the race leader. Here he is, Hunty. And he's coming out of the final corner. He will go on to take the white flag. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Is he able to make it around one more time in order to come away with a race win? Let's find out, everybody. Hunty, a road course ringer, prides himself on being the best he can be when having to turn left and right and having to shift. Continues to just dominate the field and pull away from everyone anywhere close to him. He's in a different zip code as to everyone else's, and it's pretty remarkable. I'm pretty sure he's in a different state already. I don't think he's still in Ohio. I think he might be in Florida, everybody. Comes through the first S. No problem so far. No sputtering. Let's see if he's able to make it all the way around without running out of fuel. Still has enough juice. Hasn't hit 0. He has hit 0 now. So he has hit 0. If he, I think he can probably make it to the end of the race before sputtering. Let's see if he's able to make it all the way around. Has a huge lead, so it's not like it really matters, but coming out of the final 2 corners, the 68 Rackley Toyota Tundra is going to come away with another road course victory. Hunty wins it at Mid-Ohio in dominating fashion, able to come away with yet another race victory at another road course. Incredible drive by the driver of the 68 Toyota Tundra, and that's another race win for Hunty. His first in the Sportsman series, but not certainly his first here in MRL. As we kind of continue and wait for some other people to finish the races, he has lapped all the way up to 6th place. So Story Square is in 6th place. He's the first car, not a lap down. So just a true race by the 68. Jose Protege gets himself a 2nd place finish. 3rd place coming across the line will be the 99 of BK. And then somewhere is Jordan Jaja, who will come from the back and able to come away with a very solid P4 finish. Great job by him. He's fourth. And then behind him will be the 4 truck, who will come around the last final corners. And we'll see the checker flag and take away a 5th place finish. Wow. Just wow. As we will do the classic patent line. Great racing, everybody. Thank you all so much for an incredible race to watch. If I could have final results, that would be fantastic. And there you go, everyone. Let's get this top 3 into the chat. We'll ask him some questions, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Hunty's fastest lap is. Oh, we're going back into the lobby. I want to see the lobby first before I see anything. And I will talk about who my driver of the day will be as well. Hunty, man, that's incredible. Was so much faster than everyone. It's ridiculous how fast he is. That's pretty ridiculous. All right, let's get the top 3 in here for some post-race interviews. Because, you know, everything. Top 3 have now received an invite to a party where we will interview them, and we'll wrap up the stream. But before they get in here, I want to talk about my driver of the day. My race driver of the day is not actually going to be our race winner, despite having such an incredible race. I'm actually going to give it to our 4th place finisher of Jordan Jaja. Jordan Jaja able to come back after starting directly in the back and finishing 4th is very, very impressive, to say the least. After what was probably a broken race to start off with, after having to battle from such a tough circumstance and coming away with a 4th place finish. He is my driver of the day. Obviously, an honorable mention goes to our race winner, who happened to just, have one of the most dominant races I've ever seen happen at a road course. So we've now got the top 3 in here for the party, and we'll start off with our 3rd place finisher. That will be the 99 of BK. Let me get to the 99. Here he is. BK, how you doing, sir?
Terrible, to be honest with you.
Terrible. Well, for someone that's doing so terrible, you still, pulled out a 3rd place finish, which, wins probably what you set your sight for, but fell short today. Did you think you had anything for our race winner, Hunty?
Maybe if it was a race on, speed, maybe. If not, I expected top 3, but I started saving from the get-go, so, and then I blew a tire, glitches on the track. It's just, this race went terrible for me, and Jose was able to stay ahead of me because of all the problems that I had. Hunty was gone. Just, yeah, that's all it is.
And that's all it is definitely something to hang your hat on. But again, with a great victory last week, you're now, gaining some great points. And looking at the bigger picture here, do you believe that you have a championship season ahead of you?
I'm not going to let Mid-Ohio dictate how my season goes, so I do think I have a championship. I'm a championship contender, I think. New Hampshire's coming next week, and, it's a 1 mile track similar to how Phoenix was, and you saw how that went. So look out in New Hampshire.
Look out at New Hampshire as well. Well, thank you, sir, and congratulations on your P3, despite you having such a terrible race in your eyes. Let's get on with our second place finisher, who happens to be driving the beautiful 13 truck that I may have gotten mistaken with the third place finisher a lot. Here he is, Johnny Sauter. Jose Protege, how are you doing on this fine evening?
Very good. How about yourself?
Great. I just watched a pretty eventful race. Very crazy, hectic, to say the least. So, walk me through what you're probably thinking with having to stop an extra time compared to Hunty and BK. Did you think that you had a race win, or do you think that you just had to kind of settle in for a P2?
I had nothing for Hunty. I figured out on the first stage, the first run, figure I'd do something different, or maybe him pitting in different cycles will get stuck behind lap cars or get wrecked or something. This is the only way to win. I had nothing for him. Either way it goes, I figure I had like a 30-some second lead on third place when I decided to just go all out and pit all the 3 times instead of 2. So I figure I can get back to second place anyway, so why not try it?
Now, I know it's early, but a championship is definitely coming up very quickly. Do you find yourself, thinking about every little race and how it can affect a championship run?
Definitely. After coming from the championship on Xfinity, it's championship or bust. I mean, I get dropped down in series, so if I win the Xfinity championship, I guess I gotta win the truck championship, or else I suck.
Well, thank you so much, Jose Protege. Congratulations on your P2 tonight, sir. A great drive by you. And, well, here's a guy that I call my favorite, and I said would probably dominate this race, and we all enjoyed, 34 laps of what I reckon to be probably hell for everyone else in the field except for Hunty. So, Hunty, how are you doing, sir? Good. That's all you have to say. Gosh. Well, I guess I gotta kind of go into this. Did you expect a race win? I mean, someone like me, I know for certain tracks I go into it and I think, man, I should win this race. Do you have that mentality going into someone like Mid-Ohio? Man, you don't have many words for a race win. That's all I gotta say. I'm hearing that Patton cannot hear you. Do you have your audio shared to always allow?
I don't know. I had to reset my system today, so.
Oh, okay. Well, now that we have you, I guess say everything that you just said.
I think I had a better chance knowing that I had to save, and I knew I could save it in a fast fashion. So, yes, I do think I was gonna win that race.
And I think you also said something about the fact that you can save while still going fast.
Yeah, like on an 8-lap run, I can hit. I'm on my 8-lap run. I hit my PB, and that was like you had to save like a half a track on that. And then a 9-lap run, I was running in 3rd or 4th gear most of the track.
Well, I guess I have to ask you about the future a little bit. I mean, with this race win, it all obviously allows you to come race in the Cup side for what will be a very interesting Sonoma race. Do you think you can win that race?
Wait, what track was it?
Sonoma.
If I don't hit those invisible curbs and my car goes sideways on the exit of the turn sometimes, I think there's a chance, but I think me and you can give it a run.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I was a little upset to see that you won today because I knew it'd be, tougher, but, at least, you're a good racer. I mean, at least I get to have some fun. So, Well, congratulations to you, sir, on yet another road course victory. And with that, I guess we kind of have to wrap up the stream, I guess. Thank you, sir, for your first place recommendation of a interview, I guess, in that regard. So, thank you everyone for watching. This has been an incredible race at Mid-Ohio that was very crazy and hectic and was very entertaining from my aspect of it. I don't know about anyone else's aspect other than Hunty. Our third place finisher was indeed the 99 of BK, the 13 of Jose Protege in that second place spot, and our race winner, the 68 of Hunty, coming away with yet another victory. Thank you, everyone. My name was Xander Zidell, and thank you for letting me stream tonight. It has been a blast and pleasure in order to do it. So thanks, everyone, and peace.